There's this guy named Daniel Reed. Daniel grew up in a small town in Michigan. Middle-class family, nothing extraordinary. His parents worked hard, his dad at a factory, his mom at a local school, but money was always just enough to cover the basics. Vacations were rare, and whenever he saw kids around him getting the newest sneakers or gaming consoles, he knew his family couldn't afford them. From a young age, Daniel had this deep curiosity about money, not in a greedy way, but in a practical, almost survival-driven way. He wanted to know, why do some people seem to have money working for them while others always work for money? Like most of us, Daniel followed the path society lays out. Study hard, get a degree, land a job. And he did. At 23, he got his first job at a marketing firm in Chicago. Salary? $42,000 a year. To him, that felt like a fortune compared to what he grew up with. Rent, groceries, bills, it all seemed manageable. But then came credit card debt, dinners out with colleagues, random online purchases, and before long, the math didn't add up. By 25, Daniel realized he was stuck in the same cycle his parents were in. Working hard, earning, but never really building. That's when he stumbled across the concept of compounding. At first, it sounded like another buzzword, but when he read deeper, he realized this wasn't hype. This was the secret of wealth that most schools never bothered teaching. The turning point. One night, Daniel came across a quote from Albert Einstein. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. That line shook him. It made him rethink everything he knew about money. He thought, if compounding is this powerful, why haven't I been using it? He started small, very small. He cut down on unnecessary spending, canceled subscriptions he didn't use, cooked at home instead of ordering out, and put away $200 a month into a low-cost index fund. At first, it felt almost pointless. After a year, his account balance barely scratched $2,500. But then he ran some numbers on a compounding calculator. If he kept investing $200 a month with an average annual return of 10%, which historically the stock market has delivered over long periods, in 30 years, he wouldn't just have $72,000, he would have nearly $400,000. And if he managed to increase his contributions as his income grew, the numbers would skyrocket even further. That realization lit a fire in him. The lesson of Warren Buffett. Here's where things really clicked for Daniel. He read about the greatest investor of all time, Warren Buffett. Buffett wasn't a tech genius, he wasn't born into insane wealth, and he didn't invent something like the iPhone. He simply understood compounding better than anyone else. He started investing when he was just 11 years old. By the time he was 30, his net worth was around $1 million. A lot of money back then, but nowhere near the billions he's worth today. The true magic happened because Buffett kept investing, kept reinvesting, and let compounding do the heavy lifting. Fast forward to now, and Warren Buffett's net worth is over $100 billion. But here's the crazy part. More than 90% of his wealth came after he turned 60. Why? Because compounding is slow in the beginning, almost boring, but once it snowballs, the growth becomes explosive. Daniel thought to himself, if Buffett could build his fortune not by chasing trends, but by simply letting compounding work over decades, then why can't I apply the same principle on my own scale? Breaking down the power of compounding. So what exactly is compounding? It's money earning money, and then that money earning more money. It's a cycle where your dollars start working like little employees who never sleep. Let's say you invest $1,000 with a 10% annual return. After 1 year, you've got $1,100. After 5 years, it's $1,610. After 10 years, it's $2,593. After 20 years, it's $6,727. Notice something? The first $1,000 earned you $100 in year 1. But by year 20, the same $1,000 is throwing off $672 in a single year. That's the magic. Time turns small amounts into big numbers. And Daniel realized the earlier you start, the more powerful this becomes. The psychology shift. At first, saving felt like sacrifice to Daniel. He saw friends buying new cars, taking expensive vacations, and living it up. Meanwhile, he was stashing away a chunk of his paycheck, living in a modest apartment, and resisting lifestyle creep. But he reframed it. He stopped asking, what am I giving up? And started asking, what am I building? Every dollar saved wasn't just a dollar, it was a little soldier, marching into the battlefield of time, ready to multiply. That mental shift kept him motivated. The 3 core habits Daniel built. 1. Automatic investing. He set up automatic transfers into his investment account every month, no thinking, no emotions, no excuses, just consistency. 2. Reinvesting everything. Every dividend he received, every gain, he didn't cash it out, he reinvested it. This is exactly what Warren Buffett does with Berkshire Hathaway. He doesn't pay dividends because he wants compounding to remain uninterrupted. 3. Long-term patience. Daniel stopped checking his portfolio every day. Instead of obsessing over short-term market swings, he trusted the long-term trend. History shows that over decades, markets rise despite recessions, wars, and crashes. The numbers don't lie. By age 30, Daniel was investing $500 a month. By 35, he had increased it to $1,000 a month thanks to promotions and side hustles. By 40, his net worth had crossed $500,000. Not because he won the lottery, not because he built a startup, but because he applied boring, consistent compounding. And here's the kicker. If he keeps this up, by the time he's 60, he could very realistically be sitting on over $3 to $4 million. That's the power of starting early and staying consistent. Think about this. What if you started treating your money like seeds? Some people eat their seeds. They spend everything they earn. But others plant their seeds, water them, and let time turn them into forests. Warren Buffett's forest didn't grow overnight. It started with tiny seeds planted when he was a kid. Daniel's wealth didn't grow from luck. It grew from patience and persistence. The same opportunity is sitting in front of you right now. Wealth isn't about earning a high salary. It's about what you do with the money you earn. Most people trade their time for money and then spend it all. The wealthy trade their money for assets and let those assets buy back their time. Compounding is a great equalizer. Whether you make $40,000 a year or $400,000, the principle works the same. The earlier you start, the greater the snowball becomes. So ask yourself today, are you letting money slip through your fingers or are you putting it to work? Daniel's story, Buffett's example, and the math of compounding all point to the same truth. You don't need a miracle to build wealth. You need time, discipline, and consistency. Start planting your seeds today. 10 years from now, you'll be glad you did. 30 years from now, you might not even recognize how far you've come.